package delivery service that has had to make changes during the pandemic. Plus,
each day we think of the fallen comrades that we had. It does bring tears to our eyes.
recognizing and honoring the Americans who faced unspeakable hardships as prisoners of war or remain unaccounted for.
From Montana's news leader, this is MTN News at 5.
Happy Friday and welcome to the KTVH News at 5. I'm Jessica Nelson. Thank you so much for watching tonight on air, online, and on your favorite streaming device. Just as we reached a record-setting day of new COVID cases yesterday, we surpassed that record today with 224 new coronavirus cases. The state also added 6 more COVID-related deaths, bringing the total in the state to 150. 3 deaths occurred in Rosebud County and 3 in Flathead County. The total number of cases in the state of Montana could surpass 10,000 this weekend, with just over 2,200 of those being active. Jefferson High School in Boulder reported its first case of COVID-19 this week. According to the superintendent, Tim Norbeck, Jefferson County Public Health notified the school that a student had tested positive on Sunday. Jefferson High School switched to remote learning on Monday to give nurses time for contact tracing. All those in close contact with the student are now in quarantine. The superintendent states they clean the entire school every Friday and decided to clean the school once more on Monday before students return to in-person classes on Tuesday. The school says they followed all safety guidelines set by the county and the governor's office to bring students back into the classrooms on Tuesday. As of this morning, Jefferson County has 8 active cases of COVID-19. 44 individuals have recovered. All right, well, we have Andy Curtis filling in tonight on the weather.
Sorry, everybody. You're stuck with me tonight.
I know. A real bummer for the Friday, but no, we're glad to have you and even more happy if you give us good news.
Jessica, you set me up for failure there. I got good news later in the week, but today and tomorrow, things aren't that great. We'll start with this. The air quality across the state tonight is still not good. You can see it's a little bit of an improvement from yesterday. We're unhealthy in Great Falls, unhealthy in Helena, Bozeman, unhealthy for sensitive groups, that is, and then straight up unhealthy out to the west, Sealy Lake, Flathead, Libby, you can see out there. Things will change though, I promise. And you may be asking yourself, why is it like that? All that wildfire smoke, not so much from us, but from out west, California, Washington, etc. You know, we've been talking about it all week. Now, here's the good part. We will be getting some rain late tonight and into tomorrow. That will help with the air quality, help with a lot of things across the state. Smoke will be sticking around, though. Tomorrow, Sunday, will be looking all right. On that water, that rain's coming in. Shouldn't be too much of a soaker, but it will definitely be something that we can look forward to as far as helping us out there with all these dry conditions. And Sunday is looking like it should be the best day of the weekend. I'll tell you more about that coming up in the full forecast.
Thanks, Andy. U.S. Senator Steve Daines and Governor Steve Bullock spoke to a gathering of U.S. Postal Service letter carriers today, and both candidates said they very much support sustaining the Postal Service and helping it get out of its financial straits. Now, Daines pointed to his co-sponsorship of a bill that he said would ease unreasonable requirements that the Postal Service pre-fund employee health benefits. He also said he wants to forgive a $10 billion loan to the Postal Service made earlier this year and work on more aid to get the Postal Service through the coronavirus pandemic. Bullock pointed to the lawsuit he filed 10 days ago to force the Postal Service to reverse actions taken in recent months that he said are delaying service. He said the lawsuit is fighting back against what he called attacks on public servants and on institutions like labor unions by big money interests.
There's a reason why union membership's half of what it was in the 1980s. It's not because everybody's now doing great and there's no reason to organize and collectively bargain. It's been outside dollars and outside forces that have been trying to attack those very institutions.
And let me just be clear too, I do not support privatization. I don't. That is, we have private options out there. You've got FedEx, you've got UPS. There's private options available. We must keep the United States Postal Service, in my opinion, the way it is.
A Great Falls nonprofit is trying to make up for lost revenue this year due to the coronavirus by holding a virtual fundraiser. The Great Falls YWCA will kick off a virtual week-long auction starting this Saturday. Items include everything from meat to a bicycle. Fundraising events canceled this year because of the virus have created a roughly $30,000 budget shortfall for the YWCA.
We run the Mercy Home Shelter for women and children. We offer a lot of other programming like self-defense and exercise programs. So it means not being able to offer programs to the people that need it.
To find out how you can participate in the auction, just head to our website. You may still be packing up your lawn chairs and your swimsuits, but Great Falls business leaders are already looking towards the holiday season. This year, the Goodwood guys are partnering with the Downtown Great Falls Association to gift a handmade dining set to one lucky winner. The set will be made out of the Christmas tree that will be on display at the Civic Center in downtown Great Falls. The raffle was extended to give more people a chance to purchase tickets.
It's something that we specialize in, and it kind of fit with what we do, so we figured let's jump in and help. So
tickets are $20, and today is the last day to purchase those tickets. The winner will be drawn on Saturday afternoon. Well, today Montanans gathered at Memorial Park in Helena to honor service members who have been listed as prisoners of war or missing in action. Today represented the 41st National POW MIA Recognition Day. 53 Montana soldiers, airmen, and sailors have been designated as a POW or MIA since World War II. Their names were read aloud at the ceremony so that their service and sacrifice would not be forgotten. There have been increased efforts to locate and return the remains of individuals listed as POW or MIA in recent decades. But according to the Department of Defense, almost 82,000 Americans are still missing.
We think of the fallen comrades that we had. It does bring tears to our eyes. And we just hope that they are upstairs guarding the gates.
Speakers at today's ceremony said they hope more resources will go towards locating remains and helping the thousands of American families that still do not have closure. Well, this Sunday, Montana residents will learn more about the two candidates vying for the Attorney General's seat. MTN Chief Political Reporter Mike Dennison interviewed Democrat Rafe Graybill and Republican Austin Knudsen over Zoom earlier this month. The two candidates are both practicing lawyers with experience ranging from arguing in the Montana Supreme Court to serving as the House Speaker. Graybill lives in Helena and is chief legal counsel for Governor Steve Bullock. Knudsen resides in Culbertson, where he serves as Roosevelt County Attorney. During the half-hour debate, the two shared their stances on issues including Department of Justice budget reallocation, Montana's methamphetamine problem, healthcare, public lands, and even voter registration. It was also a chance for the candidates to ask each other questions they believed deserved answers.
Austin, you have closed access to a veterans park in your hometown of Culbertson, and you're now suing that same group of veterans to block their access. In sworn court statements, those vets said that in 2016, when you were Speaker of the House, you verbally accosted them. Is that true, or are these vets liars?
Rafe, your entire experience in Montana is acting as Governor Bullock's chief legal counsel. We now know that one of Governor Bullock's former chief advisors was involved in fairly serious sexual harassment allegations, and that has gone on to other positions that he's been moved on to. Did you advise Governor Bullock to cover up the story of the sexual harassment allegations against one of his top staffers? And are you covering up any other allegations that we're going to learn about down the road?
All right, you can watch the debate for Attorney General between Republican Austin Knudsen and Democrat Rafe Graybill during Face the State. Join MTN Chief Political Reporter Mike Dennison on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. or watch the debate now with the KTVH streaming app for Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, and Android TV. All right, when we come back, Andy Curtis is filling in tonight. He will have a full weather forecast update for us. And later, how you can help the Lewis and Clark Humane Society weather the pandemic.
Hey Montana, I'm Phoenix O'Connor from Daybreak and I'm here with my daughter Betty and I want to talk to you about something very special. It's called reading. I've been reading to her since she was just a little baby, but now she reads to me. So Betty, when you pick a book off the shelf, what are your favorite books you like to read?
I like to read dog books and animal books at the same time. And I would love to be a veterinarian when I grow up. And someday I would love to take care of your animal.
Well, it's all through the Howard Scripps Foundation that's all made this possible. It's called Give a Child a Book campaign. We want you at home to be a part of it. Go to KTVH.com to find out how you can come in and join in and help out our Montana community.
Welcome back, everybody. Andy Curtis filling in for Curtis Grevin. It's taking you into the weekend, and this is a scene that we have been seeing all week long. A lot of smoke still out across the state. Temperatures are feeling pretty good in the capital city, though, right now. Don't really get a chance to get outside and enjoy it for too long because of that smoke, but 76 degrees, calm 3-mile-per-hour wind up in Great Falls. Yep, smoke is up there too. 76 degrees as well, wind not too bad for the Electric City and surrounding area, 9 miles per hour. Temperatures across the state following suit on this late summer day. We're in the 70s, pushing 80 down to the south, and if you can see behind me, which you can't, I'll just tell you, Miles City, 80 degrees right now. So a nice warm day, but there is all that smoke outside, so not a lot of us are getting outside and enjoying the warmth at the moment. And we won't really get a good chance to do that until, at least right now, after 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. That weather alert is the air quality warning. Western part of the state still under that haze. That'll be for the rest of tonight and tomorrow. And this is also something we have to pay attention to. If you're down around Butte, Wisdom, the Dillon area, the southwestern part of this great state of ours, we've got a weather alert for a fire weather warning. Again, you know what that means. High temperatures, dry temperatures, and wind whipping through the area. So if you're doing any camping or hunting down there this weekend, please be careful and don't intentionally or unintentionally start any fires. Radar out there right now looking pretty dry for the moment. That's going to change tonight and as we head into tomorrow. And here's that wildfire smoke forecast for the next couple of days. Now, tomorrow as that rain will be moving in early, a little late tonight and carry over into tomorrow all day. That'll start to clear out some of that smoke. So Sunday, we should actually have a pretty nice day, at least compared to what we've seen this week. Air quality should be pretty good. We will see some sunshine, and looks like it'll be the better of the 2 days. Monday, things air quality-wise will still be pretty good, still be better than today and this past week. But that smoke will start to thicken as we get to later into next week, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe even Friday a little bit. It'll be a dry week ahead of us. We've got some rain in the forecast in addition to tomorrow, next week. So those hopefully bookending our weeks will help with that wildfire smoke coming from California and Washington and those areas on the East Coast, or West Coast that is, but not a lot of rain in between. So we're going to get some pockets of good air quality. Get out and enjoy it if you can, because that smoke really in earnest isn't going anywhere for a long time. So future tracker, like I said, rain's going to be coming in and blanketing the state, at least the western part of the state tomorrow. Sunday's looking pretty good, and we're going to be dry and relatively good-looking air-wise Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 7-day forecast for you coming up in the Great Falls area. Like I said, temperatures are going to be cool and a little bit rainy tomorrow. Saturday and Sunday, we're in the high 60s, back into the 70s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, pushing 80 as we get to Thursday. And then in the Helena area, rain tomorrow, pretty much all day. Temperatures cool. Sunday should be looking pretty good. A little windy though, but Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as things dry out, at least we'll have some sun and relatively comfortable temperatures.
Although it may seem like the world has slowed down, it's still very busy at the Lewis and Clark Humane Society. MTN's John Riley checked in with the shelter and how they're weathering this pandemic.
While the pandemic has put a halt to a lot of aspects of our daily lives, the number of homeless animals in Lewis and Clark County looks the same as any year.
Things have been really hard during COVID and especially stressful. I think, we're feeling it just like everybody in the community is feeling it, the uncertainty. But the one thing that's remained certain is that these animals need our help.
Fundraising efforts for all nonprofits have been greatly impacted by COVID, with the Humane Society having to push off their big event Spaghetti for half a year. While the Humane Society did receive a $10,000 grant from the state, it doesn't compare to the donations they would have received otherwise. The shelter has also seen a number of animals needing costly medical care, including a kitten named Tortuga that needed an eye removed due to infection. The Humane Society will be holding a digital fundraising event called Stay Getty from September 22nd through the 25th. But they honestly don't know what the turnout will be, and the pandemic has been an economic hardship for many.
It's definitely provided some concerns for the Humane Society. That funding is crucial to what we do every day here, and not being able to do it the way we're accustomed to leaves a lot of things unknown, and it's scary.
Yet even with the financial uncertainty, it's become clear there will continue to be plenty of animals that need their help.
So far this year, the Lewis and Clark Humane Society has seen hundreds of animals just like April here who are in need of a good home, even if it's just a foster home. Reporting in Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
How are we supposed to take him seriously with that dog mask on? That's pretty cute. Well, more information about the Lewis and Clark Humane Society, including animals that are currently up for adoption, can be found on our website. Coming up next on the News at 5, it's Friday, which means football. Stay tuned for a preview of tonight's matchups.
As news leader, you're watching MTN News at 5.
Welcome back with us. Another week of high school football is set to kick off tonight under the lights. Tom Wiley sets the stage for some of Friday's biggest matchups.
Before the fall sports season even started, you knew 2020 was going to be a roller coaster, and we certainly felt that this week. Smoke from wildfires on the West Coast wiped away several events during this week, including a few football games tonight. Also, COVID-19 reared its ugly head. In addition to the cancellations we told you about earlier in the show, an outbreak at Great Falls High forced a handful of players to quarantine. With the Bison coming off a convincing win over Gallatin last week, will have their starters ready to go this week against Billings Senior. CMR earned an emotional win last week against Belgrade for the first victory under new head coach Dennis Morris, but the Rustlers face a tough test in week number 2, hosting a Billings West Bears squad that many consider to be one of the best in Class AA. Helena High gutted out a win over Butte a week ago. Now they face a surprising Big Sky team out of Missoula that won its opener after only winning one game a season ago. Helena Capital fell to Glacier on the road in week number 1. Their reward, a trip to Missoula to face Sentinel, the consensus top team in the state. Should be an uphill battle for the Bruins. Big week at the 8-man level, highlighted by Fort Benton and Belt. They're the only 2 undefeated teams left in the Northern Division, so even though it's only week 4, tonight's battle at Remington Field could decide a conference championship. We'll have scores and highlights from Central Montana teams tonight at 10 o'clock, and you can head over to montanasports.com for extended coverage, interviews, photos, highlights, scores from all over the states. But for now, reporting in Great Falls, Tom Wiley, MTN Sports.
And Sam Hoyle will be back here tonight at 10. He'll have highlights from around the state as Helena High hosts Big Sky, Helena Capital is at Missoula Sentinel, and much more. He'll have all of that coming up tonight at 10 during sports. We'll be right back after this short break.
When we welcome our West Coast viewers as we reach 200,000 COVID deaths in this country, look at what and who we've lost and how we got here. Also, the common mistakes in mail-in voting and some tips on how to make sure your vote counts when we see you back here tonight.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 5.
Welcome back with us. If you missed any of these stories in tonight's newscast, download the KTVH app on your streaming device. You can now watch us on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, or Amazon Fire. You can also rewatch any of the newscasts right there on the app, so download it. Have a great rest of your Friday. Thank you so much for joining us.